Welcome to the Bravo Charlie Club podcast, making you 12 and a half minutes more awesome each week. He's Ben. I'm Richard. Let's go. Ben, how you doing this week?
I'm amazing. You seem a bit flat. Are you still recovering from the big bike ride in the middle of Australia?
I did actually just have my first bike ride back this morning, which was, I guess it's a week and a half later. So I think I'm fully recovered now.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to get out a bit earlier than that. Have you got another bike race like in the middle of the Antarctica coming up or something? Or?
No, I'm not in the middle of Antarctica. Although that's an intriguing thought. I wonder if there is one down there. It's Brisbane to Gold Coast coming up in 5 weeks. So that'll be a good one. We ride up for that one. So we actually do Gold Coast, Brisbane, Gold Coast, and round it up to a 200 plus. So yeah that'll be nice. Yeah.
Why do one when you can do two for twice the price?
Exactly. Well, it's actually half the price.
Fair enough. Fair average dollar cost averaging.
Averaging.
A listener wrote in and said that guy that did that guy being you that did the ride in the middle of Australia is like, isn't that like Devil's Playground with all of the species out there? And I'm like, probably the international interpretation of the middle of Australia is pretty close to that, isn't it?
Shark free, I must say.
Yes. Fair call. Yeah, not everything that's terrifying is in the middle of Australia, just most of them.
Just most of them, yeah.
Hey, Fully Awake Project, mate, love this section. I was recently invited to a rugby union match. For those who know me well, I'm into Australian rules football. But a shout out to my mate, GL, took me to the British Lions versus the Reds. And the British Lions team selection story is actually quite incredible. So the Six Nations tournament is held and they select the British Lions team from 4 of the participating countries. So it's the best of the best, and it's quite a spectacle if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed at a rugby union game is you'll never see more RM Williams boots in one location than at one of these games.
Right.
And it had me thinking, we're apparently the average of our 5 closest friends, right? And if I was indoctrinated into this group of people, am I going to end up with like 25 pairs of RM Williams, or like what's the deal with this average of our 5 closest friends?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those things that just gets repeated around and around without people thinking about it too much. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I think it's baloney.
I mean, I'll probably put you in my 5 closest friends group. I mean, we're both bald, so it's not like there's some truth attached to it.
So, are your other 4 friends bald too?
Definitely not. I think my best mate probably wishes he was bald. He's got a very unique hair flavour, I'll call it. Very tight curls. I'm just jealous though. It's an impressive head of hair. So other friends, yeah. Look, there's baldness. I think that's more to do with our age than anything else. I like to have a group of friends from a wide variety. Like if we were all a certain wealth status or lived on a certain part of town or lived, most of my friends don't even live in the same city as me. So, yeah, it's a funny – I've got good friends in this city, by the way, for the guys listening in Brisbane. You haven't been dropped. You're right. It's a crazy comment, isn't it?
I guess the intention behind it is that you pick up those mannerisms and behaviours and sort of things from the people that you spend the most time with. There's probably an element of truth in that. As you get older and move through things, you tend to be a bit more deliberate with the way that you construct your circle of friends, so that you've got people who are supportive and positive influences and those kinds of things. But I don't. As for I guess the literal definition, I think, I'm probably an outlier.
maybe the
Some of those
watch
things.
out is you obviously, be aware of who you are surrounding yourself with.
Yeah, fair.
So
I think that's fair. Yeah.
maybe if you can cut off that bottom 10%, they're probably the gap. And if you need to, lean towards the top 10%, whoever or whatever that is in your view. So yeah, interesting times. Yeah. Hey, travel. My daughter went to Bali this week.
Yes.
Paid for herself, which 18-year-old,
Nice.
very, very impressive. We've previously on this pod given the feedback.
How did you feel? Sorry, just to interrupt. How did you feel about your daughter taking her first overseas trip without parental supervision?
Most terrifying 7 days of my life. Thank goodness for Find My.
Yes.
And look, she got on the front foot a couple of times to make sure she experienced the place. But there was one moment in particular where she went and actually visited a school with her. So she was traveling not alone. She was with one friend, and they went to a school, and they met some students there and were the token Australians in this classroom and had a nice time. And for whatever reason, they exchanged phone numbers. And that night, a guy had reached out to my daughter and said, I'm the uncle of one of the girls at the school. And she screenshotted it and sent it to me and said, how do I respond? And I said, you respond, you can't talk right now, but you've given your dad his number, and if it's urgent, to give him a call, which she did, and didn't hear from the guy again. Can you believe it? So, yeah, surprise.
Surprise, yes.
But yeah, I mean, in a little bit of growth there. But before she left, I tried to give her the never check baggage, feedback that we love to throw around on this
solid
pod.
advice.
It's a recipe for losing stuff, isn't it? But anyway.
It totally is. It totally is.
She's like, Dad,
did it make it?
Listen to your podcast. Listen to your podcast. I'm not doing that. And so my next thing was, well, at least don't overpack, right? You're going to forget something. So you'll be fine. And she was like, oh, but what if I need some things? And it brought me up to what I want the travel tip of the week to be, and that's washing management. So how do you, you've gone for a week or so at a time. How do you manage your washing?
So week is my limit. So I'll take, because I only take carry-on, so you can't fit 3 weeks worth of clothes in a carry-on suitcase. Wash as you go. So if you're going to Bali or somewhere like that, it's about $2 or $3 a suitcase to get all your stuff washed anyway. They go somewhere, if you're in Bali, that pays per kilo rather than per garment.
There you go.
So that's the sort of pro tip there. If you're getting a tight spot and you're traveling in Australia and you need to get something done, pretty much all the hotels will do it. It's just their fees are a little bit outrageous. For it.
In Singapore, I'd been traveling for quite some time, and I was in Singapore with a bag of dirty washing, and I ended up finding a 24-hour laundrette just to keep the cost down. I mean, I was traveling on the company dime, but it just felt wrong, to pay
$100 for washing.
To pay Singapore prices. So I went and did my washing offsite. Interesting. Hey, that ties me into listener feedback, mate, because someone, listener CE, wrote in. He's like, why are we even talking about ironing? Yeah. He said, just buy some business shirts from Brooks Brothers, which are wrinkle-free and non-iron. Where do you stand on non-iron business shirts?
Well, business shirts, so try to avoid if I can. But I don't know. Like, it's wrinkle-free, non-iron. Are they scratchy? Are they horrible? Like, how do they do that? How do they?
I know CE. I trust him. him. I'm tempted to buy one just to see where his line is.
Do some R&D. Well, if you're Brooks Brothers. Send a sample shirt into Ben. Reach out to the contact, and we'll road test it.
That seems gratuitous.
Why not?
Why not? Listener AJ actually called me today, and And he was stumbling around it. He said, I don't really know how to say this, and I'm not too sure. He said, your podcast, he said, it's surprisingly good.
I love it. A nice little backhander in there.
I was trying to unpack
Thanks,
that. It felt like a compliment, but I've just...
with a sting, with a little sting in the tail.
He's like, but he said, I subscribed and I just don't really subscribe to anything. So, I'm like, hey, stop talking, mate. I'll take the win. It's good.
That's right. Game over. Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah. Hey, conundrum. Let's kick this one to the curb, because the Australian Formula One tickets went on sale recently. And so many times I've seen it's a money can't buy experience attached to Formula One because of their premium sort of positioning in sport.
Iconic.
Yeah. But every single money can't buy experience had like a $6,900
price tag on it. Yes.
$4,300. And so if it's a money can't buy experience and it's got a price tag attached to it, does that mean money can buy it? Or?
I think it does. I think it can buy a lot of it too. But they're expensive. Money can't buy experiences.
Formula One is next level. I talked to my my brother-in-law, who's a big Formula One fan, and he said he can't believe the pricing jump on these tickets from next year. And look, Australia's potentially got the world champion coming home for the race, and why not? If they can gouge while they can and take advantage of Netflix Drive to Survive series, I think they're going to do it.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was interesting. So where were we at? Money can't buy experience. We just dismiss it.
I think it probably means a marquee experience, or like a tentpole experience, something that maybe it's the thing you hang your hat on for that year in terms of the sort of a pinnacle or unique experience, right?
I'd love to get some listener input on this one. So why not leave a comment, send us a text. Hey, join the Inner Sanctum if you want, but tell us what is a legitimate money can't buy experience that you've come across. I'd love to hear what they're thinking in that regard. Hey, Richard, that's it, mate. Listeners have been BCC'd on our week. Next week, we are going to ask that critical question that every family needs to have nailed before family pizza night. What are the 3 best pizza toppings to go on a pizza? See you next week. Bravo Charlie Club out.
And that's the pod.